We've all been there, right? You try to make some huge, life-altering change, and a few weeks later, you're right back where you started. But what if the secret to getting incredible results wasn't about some massive, heroic effort? What if it was about something a lot smaller? Well, that's the whole idea behind James Clear's game-changing book, Atomic Habits. And we're going to break down its most powerful lessons right now.
37 times. That's a pretty big number, isn't it? Well, get this. That's how much better you can get at literally anything in just 1 year, if you improve by a tiny, almost invisible 1% each day. It sounds kind of crazy, but the math behind compounding is this powerful, invisible force that's always at work. So this brings us to our first big idea, the truly surprising power of those tiny 1% gains. We're all wired to look for that one big moment, that dramatic transformation. But real, lasting change, it almost never works that way.
Okay, now look at this, because this chart explains exactly why most of us quit. We expect our progress to be a nice, neat, straight line, right? But in the real world, the most powerful growth is delayed. You put in the work for days, weeks, maybe even months, and you see, well, pretty much nothing. This gap between what we think should happen and what actually happens is what James Clear calls the valley of disappointment. And it's the critical spot where most people give up, usually right before the results are about to take off like a rocket. This quote, which the San Antonio Spurs basketball team famously loves, just captures that idea perfectly. Success isn't about that one final dramatic hit. It's the sum of all the little taps that came before it, especially all the ones that felt like they weren't doing a single thing. And all this talk about accumulating effort, well, it leads to a pretty radical idea. If you want better results, you should forget about setting goals, and instead, focus on your systems. Just think about it for a second. Winners and losers